Subscribe to History Flicks and already leave your like in this exciting story. 2-year-old boy dates 70-year-old lady, wanting life insurance, but is scared of what she receives. Welcome, please sign up and turn on notifications. Donna Marina, a 70-year-old lady, lived alone in a luxurious house. She had 4 children who did not live with her and never visited. She felt alone, but she couldn't force her children to visit as her house was big. She had the help of a cleaning lady and a cook who went to her house every day. Donna Marina was a widow, and her husband left several real estate jewels and a full bank account. But she hid a good part of her fortune, including from her children. The value she had in her hands was a mystery that only she knew. Donna Marina often called her children and grandchildren, but her calls were mostly ignored, except for Laura, her granddaughter. Laura was the granddaughter who paid the most attention to Donna Marina, but because she had a very busy routine between work and college, she rarely visited her grandmother. But whenever she could, she called to find out how she was. Donna Marina always took good care of her. Of her children, they had everything in life. They never lacked for anything. But after they grew up, they forgot about her. She didn't know why they moved away, but she couldn't do anything about it. Despite her age, Donna Marina was very active. She walked every day in the morning, ate well, and talked to her neighbors in the neighborhood. But deep down, she really wanted her family to be there. Even with all the care for her health, one day, Donna Marina had a fall in the bathroom and hurt her wrist. Donna Marina's cook hurried to the hospital. At the hospital, she told the whole family what had happened. Donna Marina spent the night in the hospital. Her granddaughter slept in a chair beside her bed, but Marina was awake. Her wrist hurt from time to time, but nothing compared to the pain of none of her children visiting her. She spent the night looking at the hospital room door, waiting for someone else to come to her, but no one else appeared. For a moment, Donna Marina cried. But then she wiped her tears and thanked God for having a wonderful granddaughter by her side. From that day on, she said to herself that she wouldn't be sad for what she lacked, but she would be happy for what she had to be thankful for having her granddaughter by her side. Due to medication, Donna Marina was tired and needed rest. She was discharged, but the doctor said she would probably need physical therapy for her wrist. So, Laura took her grandmother home, and there they finally rested. Laura took a few days off work so she could take care of her grandmother. Donna Marina said it wasn't necessary, but Laura insisted. In the end, Donna Marina relented and let her granddaughter stay a few days in her house. It was at the beginning of the month, and Laura had to take care of some matters at the bank for Donna Marina. As she trusted her granddaughter a lot, she gave Laura the password for her account, so she went to the bank and resolved everything for Donna Marina. But when she opened her bank account, Laura was startled. Laura knew that her grandmother had inherited a lot of money from her husband, but the amount she saw in her account scared her. After solving everything, she went immediately to talk to her grandmother. Laura said she saw it, but Donna Marina told her not to say anything. Laura then obeyed her grandmother and said she wouldn't say anything, but asked her grandmother to promise that if she needed help with anything, she would call her. Donna Marina promised that she would let her know about everything. The next day, first thing in the morning, the physiotherapist arrived. It was a young man, a 22-year-old boy named Juan. He was very attentive to Donna Marina, and they talked a lot during the session until he left. But the next day, he was there again for a new session. He asked about Donna Marina's life and always praised her house, which was quite big and luxurious. Marina loved having company and also loved the fact that he asked about her life. She spent a lot of time alone, so it was great to have good company. Juan said he lived alone because his parents were from another state and that he always was independent. After several sessions, Juan asked Marina out for dinner. She was amazed because how could a young man like him want something with her? so she immediately refused. But Luan smiled and said that the body gets old, but the spirit always stays young, and that she should give it a chance at happiness. Dona Marina was really shaken by what he said and ended up accepting. They ended up having a slightly different romance. They would go out to dinner, and Marina would buy clothes for him and for herself too. They shared secrets, but Marina never told him about the current status of her bank account until he moved in with her, which happened later. Immediately, all of Marina's children went to talk to her. They all thought it was wrong, that he was just wanting money from her, but Marina was firm and said he would stay there. Laura was sad because he wanted to see his grandmother happy, but she agreed with the rest of the family. She also thought that he only wanted the comfort that she provided him. But it had been years since she had seen her grandmother. So time passed, and one day Dona Marina called Laura to talk. She said she would need Laura's help because she had to do something that would shock everyone. Laura listened carefully to what her grandmother said. After hearing her outburst and what she wanted to do next, Laura said she would help her with anything she needed. A few days later, Laura bet on the family group that Dona Marina would sell her house and move to a simpler apartment. Immediately, all of the family went to her house. Her 4 children asked her what was going on. She then said that she was bankrupt. All the money her husband had left was over. So she was going to sell the house and live in a simpler place to save. Laura confirmed everything her grandmother said. She said that her grandmother's bank account was almost empty and that the house was worth a lot of money. And that money would help Luan. Luan was also listening to everything and didn't seem to know anything about what was going on. So the children asked about their part of the house at that moment. Dona Marina was furious. Now that she was selling the house, everyone showed up wanting their share. She said she wouldn't give them anything and that they would only be entitled to something on the day she left. Everyone was silent and was forced to respect her will. The next day, Dona Marina prepared her bags to leave the house. Luana showed up that day, just sent a message saying he would have to travel because his parents needed him. Marina told her granddaughter that she never even kissed Luan. She realized he just wanted her money. But who needs a moment of loneliness? She ended up buying clothes, a new cell phone, and several things for him because she felt lonely. But she really realized that he was only interested in her money. On the day that she said that she had a life insurance and that she could put anyone in it, after a few days, he asked if she could put him in the will. As he wanted to dedicate himself only to her, she said yes. She would put his name in the will. Laura was shocked to hear that. But Dona Marina smiled and said slyly that she would leave something much better for the owner. Marina left her house and went to live with her granddaughter. Marina spent a good part of the day alone because Laura worked and studied. But as soon as Laura got home, she gave total attention to her grandmother. Owner Marina always had a maid to cook her food. But as she was practically alone in the morning and afternoon, she had to make her own food. But her neighbor Otavio, a 22-year-old boy, almost always brought her lunch and breakfast. He was a kind and polite boy who lived only with his mother. Otavio was looking for a job, and that's why he spent a lot of time at home. Whenever he could, he helped Marina with something at home. Over time, she started to call him my grandson because she felt such affection for him, just as she felt for Laura 2 years ago. Unfortunately, Laura passed away, and Otavio and Laura were dating all because of Dona Marina, who played Cupid between the two. Luan never returned from his trip and also never spoke to Dona Marina again. Age began to weigh on Marina, and some illnesses began to appear. Unfortunately, she had to stay in the hospital, and there she received constant visits from her granddaughter Laura and her grandson Otavio. One day, Marina called Laura and said that she felt it was close to the time for her to leave. Laura said that nobody knows the time to go, but Marina said she felt she was close. Laura cried, and Marina told her to cry but not be sad because she had a happy life. She had children and grandchildren, and she was very happy, especially in these last 2 years, next to her granddaughter and the people she gathered as her family. They hugged each other, and then Donna Marina burst out laughing and said that she just wanted to see everyone's faces on the day of the will. A few days passed. Unfortunately, Donna Marina left, despite her children not being very present in her life. Everyone was there the moment she left, and it made her smile, because even though they were beings full of faults, they were still her children, and having them by her side in the final moment made her very happy. Ottavio and Laura were the ones who suffered the most, because she was there with them every day for the last 2 years. A few days later, Marina's lawyer held a meeting with everyone to open the will. Luan was also called, and amazingly, he showed up on the same day. It made Laura realize that he never actually traveled to visit his parents, he just ran away. When she found out that Marina had no more money, everyone was attentive to what the lawyer was going to say. Although the only asset she could have left was her house and her life insurance, the lawyer said that before opening the will, Donna Marina made it clear that he should show them a video that Marina had recorded. This impressed everyone because it looked like a scene from a movie. When the video played and Donna Marina started talking, Laura immediately became shocked with missing her grandmother in the video. Marina said that she felt lonely for a long time and that her children rarely visited her, but even so, she would not leave without Amparo even though they all had a comfortable life. She then thanked Laura for always being by her side through everything. Then she said that she told a big lie, but that this lie became a dream in her life. She said that she called Laura to talk because she felt quite alone even after Luan appeared in her life. So, her granddaughter asked her to spend a few days with her at her house, but that gave Marina an idea. She said that she was bankrupt, but in fact, she had full conditions to continue living where she lived, but she wanted to test her children to find out how they would react. Unfortunately, she realized that they only wanted her money and nothing else, but that even so, she loved them. She intended to stay only a month in her granddaughter's house, but the time she spent with Laura, Ottavio, and even the neighbors in the area was the best possible. So, she asked if she could live together with Laura, and she accepted. At the end of the video, she said that although she shared the inheritance, she loved it all. Marina then paused dramatically and said that she was going to speak her will. She had a total equity of $5 million, of which 40% would go to her granddaughter, Laura. Her house would also be left to her granddaughter. 20% would be given to a charity. The other 40% would be divided for each of her children. Everyone was shocked, including Laura. She knew that her grandmother was a millionaire because that day she saw her bank account, but she didn't imagine that she would leave all that to her. The video was not finished yet. Marina finally said that she added 2 people who were not her relatives, Ottavio and Luan. To Ottavio, she left her life insurance in the amount of $700,000. To Luan, she left a key that opened a safe in a bank where she had an account and kept several jewels. Luan, despite thinking that he stayed with the smaller part, was happy because he was anxious to see what jewels would be in that safe. So, everyone left there. Marina's children went on with their lives. Laura and Ottavio continued to live in the same place, although they could move to Marina's house. He felt better where they were, so they rented the house. Luan immediately went to the bank to see what was kept in Marina's personal safe, with his eyes shining with happiness. He opened the safe. Inside, there was a closed cup with cold coffee. Underneath, there was a letter. In it, it said, "My dear Luan, for you, I leave this cup of coffee that is cold and bitter, just like the love you gave me." I hope you enjoyed the story. Please comment and share. Thanks for watching.